I got you. So you dig them out of the ground. What do you do with the dahlia tubers next to store them for next year? The most important thing is to clean them off. Okay? See, if they're covered in dirt, you want to get rid of all of that dirt because there are microorganisms in that dirt, and that can kind of end up creating a little bit of a situation while they're stored over the winter. Some people choose to wash them off with water. I have done that for some of them. Others, I'm just dusting them off after the dirt is dried because I like to experiment, and this is a learning channel. If you do choose to rinse them off with a hose, definitely wait till they dry before you store them. You got them all nice and clean, you want to make sure you remove any tubers with broken necks. See, this one's got a broken neck, a little floppy floozy. I'm gonna snip that off. I'm also gonna snip off all the excess roots because we don't need those. We went with the bob. She likes it. Something fresh for the new year. Once you have a nice clump and it's looking nice and firm and healthy, we're going to put it into storage for the winter. I swear to you, I'm not trying to troll any of the dahlia girls here. I'm just giving everybody the options of what everyone does to store the dahlias, okay? So for the medium that you're going to put it in, we're probably going to do either some shredded pine or vermiculite. Okay, you can buy this in a store. You can buy that at a pet store. The shredded, the wood shavings, you can buy at a pet store. This you can buy pretty much anywhere. You can buy it online. The vermiculite, not perlite, vermiculite. So the wood shavings or the vermiculite, where does it go? Well, I use cardboard boxes. Some people use Tupperware or plastic containers like this one. Most people recommend you put a little air hole in it because you don't want it to be airtight. So once you have your storage medium laid down like a little bed for the little tubers, you're going to wrap them up. Here you have two choices. You have newspaper or you have saran wrap. Controversial. People don't like to use saran wrap because it's not compostable, it's not good for the environment, but I am going to wrap a couple in saran wrap just to see what the difference is. But most folks I talk to use newspaper and it typically works out just fine. Time for bed, baby. Snug as a bug on a rug. I wrap it up. I lay it in the wood shavings to make sure it keeps nice and dry. Again, some people will only put one clump per box because if it's contaminated, if it's got disease, if it goes moldy, you don't want to contaminate the batch. But I'm not that serious. I'm a home gardener, people. And then I'll secure the box and I'll put it in somewhere for storage at 5 to 10 degrees Celsius. Because this is a learning channel, I'm also going to try some saran wrap. Hi. I've seen people wrap these things like they're worth $8 billion, but I like to do it in a haphazard manner. But you might want to wrap it tight, but you don't want to damage the tuber. And then you'll take up your little mystery meat. And here, this one, I'm just going to cover it in vermiculite. And once they're stored somewhere, if you have a heated garage, that would probably work. If you have like a mud room or you have a cold room in the basement, that would work really well. You're going to stick them in there. You should check them if you are serious about it and you don't want a big surprise. You should check them every month or so to see how they're doing. If they're looking really shriveled and dried out, you might want to give them a little spritz of water, not a lot, just a little bit, and then put them back to bed. If they're moldy, you want to remove them and toss them and not contaminate the batch. But it's not that complicated, but it is. But it's not, but it is. But I recommend everyone try. You try. They're not that expensive to buy unless you're buying the very fancy ones like the triple Tarufa, Sea Breeze, Fanciful Feast, Dahlia that only 6 people have, and Christine is not parting with the ones that she has. If you want those ones, then maybe you want to put a little bit more effort into it. But for me, they're not that serious. So just have fun with it. Learn, fun, explore. And then in March, at the end of March, we wake them up and see if they survive the winter freeze. Anyway, that's what I got on that. Helpful? Not? Cute? Funny? Silly? I don't know. Bye.